Karnataka's much-awaited socio-economic and education survey report, popularly known as the Caste Survey Report, has been submitted to Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. The same has been submitted by the Chairman of State's Backward Classes Commission, Jayaprakash Hegde, setting the state's political pot boiling ahead of the Lok Sabha polls. The survey, which was commissioned by the Siddaramaiah government by Siddaramaiah in 2015 during his first tenure as Chief Minister, 2013 to 2018, covered over 13 million households comprising of 59 million residents across the state. The survey was mired in controversies even before its reports were submitted, as a portion of its leaked report allegedly disputed the numerical strength of Lingayats and Vokaligas, which are the dominant caste in the southern state. However, the exact numbers will be known only after the report is made public by the government.
On the basis of the data collected, we are submitting. We have prepared the report. We are submitting to the. It's called backward class.
Well, of course, viewers, there you heard it. In fact, again, as I was telling you, viewers, the Karnataka's much-awaited socio-economic and education survey report, which is in fact known as the Caste Survey Report, has now been submitted to Chief Minister Siddaramaiah. In fact, to give us more on this, my colleague Madhu Sharma joins us on the broadcast. Madhu, you know, this report has been submitted, but it has not been made public so far. But, you know, what more details can you share with our viewers as far as this report is concerned?
Well, as a social economic survey report was submitted today, and which has set a political row in Karnataka, even though its contents are yet to be made public. The survey ordered by the previous Siddaramaiah government in 2017 has upset the political dominant Lingayat and Vokaliga caste, who now want it to be shedded. And the 2017 Socio-Economic Survey report was submitted to the Chief Minister by Jayaprakash, the Chairman of OBC Commission, walked into Vidhan Sauda in Bengaluru at 2:45 p.m. yesterday, and the last day of the tenure, and met Siddaramaiah briefly before addressing the media. And he said that they have submitted the report. The CM said he will table it in the next cabinet meeting and decide. And the Chief Minister concludes refusing to comment any further. And the sources have said that findings could be challenge the dominance of the Lingayat sect and other backward Vokaliga community as the largest voting bloc in the state. And according to the sources and the reports published over the last few years, the survey puts scheduled caste as the most populous, followed by the Muslims. Lingayat comes the next, followed by the Vokaligas, and then the caste. And the report, therefore, has faced a stiff opposition, a backlash from the Lingayat and Vokaliga groups, which claimed the report as unscientific, and has made publishing the caste data fraught with risk. And even the State Congress Chief and Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shiv-Kumar, who belongs to Vokaliga caste, had expressed opposition earlier. The BJP dominant by Lingayat leaders is also on the same pace. And Basannagowda Patil Yatnal, BJP MLA from Karnataka, had earlier said that this report is not scientific. This has displeased the Lingayat and Vokaligas. We will oppose this, is what the BJP leader has said. And he also said that we request the Congress government to redo the survey by going door to door, and then we will accept it. And in face of the criticism from Lingayat and Vokaliga leaders of the Congress as well, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah has suggested that the report discussed in the cabinet first, will be discussed in the cabinet first, and the legal advice and opinion of experts would be taken if there is any anomalies. And H.K. Patil, the Karnataka Law and Parliamentary Affairs Minister, he also said that he said that he has no comments to make either on the report or on the comments made by our colleagues, is what he said, and everything depends on the whether we accept it or not. We may receive it, is what he has concluded with. And not to forget, during the survey, Savri, 54 questions were asked to 5 crore 90 lakh people from 1 crore 30 lakh families. The survey was first ordered in 2014 by then Chief Minister Siddaramaiah, and 169 crore was spent on the project.
All right, Madhu, stay on with us. In fact, joining us at this point of time is Dr. Chandan Yadav, National Secretary of the Congress. Good morning, sir, and thank you so much for speaking to us on NewsX. Now, of course, we know that the report has been submitted, but it's not been made public. But, what, if you could, in fact, shed some light on this report that is yet to be made public? Dr. Yadav, can you hear me?
Hello.
Ji, sir, we're of course talking about this report that is now been submitted but not been made public, but what kind of statistics should we be expecting?
No, we can't say hypothetical situation because it's not yet made public. So I'm not aware of the details of the caste survey that is being done by the Karnataka government. But what I can say is this was one of the promises that was made to the people of Karnataka during the assembly elections. I'm sure you might be knowing this.
Right.
The caste census or caste survey that comes from the fact that in the preamble asks for every citizen's social, economical, political and economic justice to each and every citizen of this country. That is being written clearly in the preamble of the Constitution. That needs to translate it to each and every citizen of the country. So in that regard, Congress Party has made a promise before the elections and that was there in the election manifesto of the Karnataka Congress Party, that a caste survey will be done and we will ensure that each and every community and caste get its share or they get social justice, vis-a-vis economic justice, political justice, and their economic justice. So all three sorts of justice has to be ensured to each and every citizen of the Karnataka.
Right.
So caste has been one of the very important component of our society, and if I'm not wrong, caste defines our life from birth to death. Whom you are going to marry, where you are going to live, which profession you are going to follow, which party or which, in most of the country, every caste has their own political affiliations. So when caste defines our polity, when caste defines our life, it's better to have a proper data to ensure that justice is being done and any sort of caste division or any sort of caste creating a bit of a hurdle in developmental progress, it has to be seen and corrected and the issue has to be addressed so that each and every community feels part of the government. So in order to ensure that, Congress Party has made its promise during the election campaign that they will ensure that caste survey is done, we should know first the data and then official planning will be done to address the issues of caste caste diversity has to be ensured, A, and B, also see that each and every caste has get their due share of representation, or if I say economic justice, political justice and social justice.
All right. So, of course, the Congress has made a promise. It's, of course, it's been put in motion. But former Chief Minister of Karnataka, Basavaraj Bommai, had raised a question. He's asked whether the report that has been now submitted, whether it's the Kantaraj Commission's original caste census report or not. To that, what would you like to say?
No, I guess BJP is hell-bent upon to maintain that caste hierarchy which defines that society is hierarchical, whereby particular caste is at the top of the ladder and then comes. They believe in that four-structure hierarchy of the caste system, whereby they divide the caste. So this is an approach whereby the bridges will be made for the different communities, because it's affecting our life. So we have to ensure that there is a proper social order in the society for a better development. This will only get ensured if each and every individual and if each and every community feels that justice is being done, A, and B, they are part of the government, they are part of the democracy, they are part of the representative politics. So what's wrong in it? You have to see which community is falling behind in our Human Developmental Index. Which community hasn't shared in their political representation. I'm just not saying it. Let the data come first. Let's have an X-ray. What's the problem? If there is no problem, fine. If certain community is lagging behind, so how you're going to do without any data?
Right.
In a modern day developmental policy making, data is very important. What stops us from taking the data? Why people are worried about that? You are counting everything. Trees, animals and everywhere. Why you're not counting human beings? And caste is not something which has to be overlooked. It's defining our life. It is impacting our life. It is impacting democracy.
Right.
So I don't know the details of what are the issues that are being raised, but one thing I'm making sure BJP has been very consistent in opposing a caste survey and a caste census first, and they're always making a U-turn. Remember, Rajnath Singh as the Home Minister promised in the floor of the House that they will do a caste census. And after a few months back, they're making a U-turn. It's like, unless, how can you not have a data for a better policy making? How you are preempting? Let the data come first.
All right.
We're not saying what is there in the data. Let's have a data, proper data, and then see. And then part wherever there is a deficiency, wherever is a lack of diversity. Don't you think diversity has to be addressed? Don't you think that gender diversity is very much important? Don't you think that regional diversity plays an important role in development of any nation? So as the caste diversity has to be ensured. What's wrong in it?
All right, sir. Absolutely. With that, I'd like to thank you for joining us on the broadcast and sharing your perspectives.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.